Hello, I'm Ronaldin Oliveros and I'm making this video as an instructional guide on how to make the Chapter 3 methodology of a research study or thesis. The methodology, Chapter 3 of the research, explains how the study was conducted. It serves as a blueprint, ensuring that the process is clear and systematic. So there are 8 parts in the Chapter 3 methodology. This includes the design, setting, respondents and sampling procedure, instruments, validity and reliability, categorization and scoring variables, data gathering procedures, and statistical treatment. So let's discuss each part in this video. So the first section of the Chapter 3 is the research design. Here, you describe the overall approach of your study, whether it is quantitative or qualitative or mixed method.
Research design. Research question that it asks what, why, or how. Data type needed are numbers for quantitative, narratives for qualitative, or both. Resources available are time, participants, and tools. And ethical constraints are some designs, like experiments, may not be feasible in all settings. Major types of research design. First, descriptive, to describe characteristics of a population or phenomenon, focuses on what is rather than why. Uses surveys, observation. Correlational is to examine relationship between variables, identify association but does not provoke causation. Third, experimental, to test cause and effect relationship and involves manipulation of variables and control groups. Fourth, to review or meta-analytic, to synthesize findings across multiple studies, combines data to identify overall trends. Fifth is qualitative designs, example, case study, ethnography, and phenomenology to explore meanings, experiences, or social context. Uses interviews, focus groups, thematic analysis. For quantitative design, is all about numbers. It measures variables, collects numerical data, and uses statistics to analyze results. And the last major types of research design is mixed methods to integrate quantitative and qualitative approach, collects both numerical and narrative data. The disadvantages to consider in choosing the research design. For descriptive correlational, it cannot prove causation. For experimental, requires strict control, may be difficult in real classrooms. For qualitative, rich insights but less generalizable, and for mixed methods, comprehensive but time-consuming and resource-heavy.
The second part of the Chapter 3 is the research setting. The research settings refers to the specific location, environment, or context in where the study is conducted. So it provides a reader with clear picture of the background where the data is collected, helping them to understand circumstances that may influence in the findings.
The research settings key elements help establish the context of your study. The key elements of research settings are physical location, time frame, contextual details, and population environment. For physical location, the actual place where the study takes place, example, school, time frame, the period during which the research was conducted, example, 1 semester, contextual details, relevant conditions or characteristics of the environment, example, class size, available resources, and population environments, the group of people or subjects within the settings, example, grade 11 students in a public high school.
The third part of the Chapter 3 methodology is the respondents and sampling procedure. The respondents refers to the individual or groups that provides the data of your study. So these are the selected participants on your research study. For the sampling procedure is a method used to select the respondents from a larger population.
For the respondents, the details to include are who they are, example, grade 11 STEM students, teachers, patients, or high school students, how many respondents participated, and why they were chosen. This is for the relevance to the studies. Sampling procedures. The common sampling methods are random sampling. Every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected. For stratified sampling, population is divided into subgroups or strata and samples are taken from each. For purposive sampling, respondents are chosen intentionally based on specific criteria. For convenience sampling, respondents are selected based on availability and willingness.
So the fourth part of the chapter 3 methodology is instruments. So this refers to the tool or device the researcher used to collect data from the respondents. So it is a means by which the researcher used to measure variables, gather or collect data, and obtain evidence to answer the research questions.
There are common types of research instrument. First, questionnaires or surveys. This is a structured set of questions often using scales, example Likert scale. Second, interview guides, semi-structured or structured questions to face-to-face or online interviews. Third, tests or assessments, standardized exams or performance tests to measure knowledge or skills. Observation checklists are tools for recording behaviors or events systematically. Fifth, secondary data forms. There are existing records, documents, or databases used as sources.
The part 5 of chapter 3 methodology is the validity and reliability. So when we say validity, it refers to the accuracy of the instrument, if whether it truly measures what is intended to measure. Meanwhile, the reliability refers to the consistency of the instrument, whether it provides stable and repeatable results over time.
There are three types of validity. Content validity ensures items cover all aspects of the concept. Construct validity confirms the instrument reflects the theoretical framework. Criterion validity compares the instruments with an established standard. Ways to test reliability, test retest, administering the same test twice to check consistency. For internal consistency, using Cronbach alpha to measure consistency among items. Inter-rater reliability, checking agreements among different evaluators. This picture illustrates the reliability and validity of the test.
The part 6 of the chapter 3 methodology is the categorization and scoring of variables. So in this section, explains how the data collected from respondents are organized, classified, and quantified for analysis. It ensures that raw data or responses are converted into measurable values that can be easily statistically treated.
Categorization means grouping responses into meaningful categories. Examples of categorization is gender, male or female, academic strand, STEM, ABM, or HUMS. For performance level, high, moderate, low. The purpose of categorization is makes data manageable and allows comparison across groups. The scoring means assigning numerical values to responses so that they can be analyzed statistically. The common methods for scoring are Likert scale, test scores, rubrics. The purpose of scoring is to convert qualitative judgments into quantitative data for statistical treatment.
The part 7 of the chapter 3 methodology is the data gathering procedure. So the data gathering procedures describes the step-by-step process of how information are collected from respondents. It explains the method, sequence, and ethical considerations involved in obtaining data for the study.
Steps in data gathering procedure are preparation stage, distribution of instruments, collection of responses, and data organization. In preparation stage, secure permissions, example letters to schools, organization, orient respondents about the purpose of the study, ensure ethical compliance, such as informed process or confidentiality. Second, distribution of instruments, administer questionnaires, conduct interviews, or perform observations, provide clear instruction to respondents. Third, collection of responses, retrieve completed instruments within the agreed time frame, monitor participation to ensure completeness. The fourth and last is data organization, encode responses into spreadsheets or databases, check for errors, missing data, or inconsistencies.
Lastly, the part 8 of chapter 3, methodology, is the statistical treatment. This section explains how the data collected were analyzed. It specifies the specific statistical tools, formulas, and techniques used to interpret results and answer the research questions.
First type of statistical treatment is descriptive statistics. Summarizes data into simple measures, example mean, median, mode, frequency, and percentage. The purpose of descriptive statistics provides an overview of the data distribution. Second, inferential statistics tests hypotheses and relationship between variables, example t-test, ANOVA, chi-square, regression analysis, Pearson correlation coefficient. The purpose of inferential statistics draws conclusion beyond the sample. Third is qualitative data treatment, if applicable, coding responses into themes, thematic analysis, or content analysis. The purpose of qualitative data treatment is organizes non-numerical data for interpretation. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you like it. Bye!